Tonight on Chronicle, he calls himself a power carver, inspired by a higher power.
It's really just coming out of me, sort of unplanned. It's just the way God had it work for me.
He's Manchester's Jeff Balaschak, a whittler who works on his own terms.
In the basement of a Christian missionary staff house in Manchester, there's a humble workshop and a humble artist. Love pours out of Jeff Balaschak when he's working with wood. And for this artist, perfection lies in the faults.
I think too much just looks mass-produced.
He's been working with wood since he was a teenager. His gift revealed itself in earnest while taking a shop class in high school.
Making mistakes in high school, I learned if you press too hard, you took off too much wood, and that taught me I can carve with it.
Jeff calls himself a power carver, manipulating loud electrical tools to shape wood into delicate, whimsical characters. Many are reminiscent of wood carvings that come from Germany's Black Forest, with exaggerated noses, enlarged eyes, and an unexpected sense of movement.
It's the same art we've been doing for 1,000 years, and I'm just glad I can do it and enjoy it, and that other people can enjoy it.
Over 25 years, this father of two and new grandfather has earned a living in antique furniture restoration, much of it ornate, polished, Queen Anne, Victorian styles, and ironically, that work is what gives him a deeper appreciation for simpler styles. Here's why.
But even I couldn't tell, my own work from something that may have been made in a factory.
There's no mistaking these angels or clocks for a mass-produced offshore product. In fact, the originality has sparked a flurry of interest here at Interior Additions in Concord. Shop owner Elizabeth Hitchcock.
When we took a look at Jeff's work, we were very surprised. We felt that he was very talented.
Of course, the holiday shopping season brings out shoppers of all kinds, and those who ventured into this upscale but accessible shop fell in love with these miniature construction boots.
So we had those hanging on our Christmas tree, and customers had not seen those before, and they started to ask, well, where did you get these? These are fabulous.
Elizabeth pointed her customers to a line of cheery snowmen on the mantel, and above, unique clocks, all created by Jeff Balaschak. She finally decided to invite the unassuming artist to her shop to meet his fans.
Just a humble kind of fellow who's not one to want to draw attention to himself. So we came in and just humbly just spoke to people, and they wanted to support him. They looked at his work, and they just thought he was fabulous.
Back at his workshop, Jeff reflects on his growing popularity, laced with sentimentality for his pieces.
I have no idea what I'm worth. I have no idea. All I know is if you like it, I have to have you have it. So it doesn't really matter what the cost is, as long as I can cover my efforts to continue to make something else.
Jeff was born in Connecticut, raised in Ashburton, Massachusetts, and has lived up and down the seacoast. It was the Christian missionary group Teen Challenge that brought him to Manchester 5 years ago. He believes his gift comes from a higher power, referring to his inspirations as whispers from God.
It's really just coming out of me, sort of unplanned. It's just the way God had it work for me.
Jeff bounces between projects, saying he could spend 12 to 16 hours a day here if it would pay the bills. In one moment, he's carving a wooden sign, a commission for a bed and breakfast. The next, he's bringing next year's ornament to life, attaching homemade brass hardware to connect a tiny leg to the humorous egg body. Paint and color will bring Humpty to life in time for next Christmas.
I like to call them year-round ornaments too, because I would hang them up on my car rearview mirror. I love making furniture. You wouldn't be afraid to put, you know, your coffee cup on without having to put a coaster down.
Folk art is rooted in practicality, says Jeff, and that's really where the beauty lies.
To me, poor people, yeah, making what they needed, or, you know, even the necessity being just to entertain themselves, you know, and keep themselves from boredom because they had nothing to do.
Of course, the pinnacle for Jeff would be for his love-laden carvings to bring in enough money to survive. It's a journey, he says, and he's enjoying all the stages. His father inspired him. So did this man, Norm Abram.
I wrote in my yearbook, you know, what was my ambition, and it was to be a successful woodworker like Norm Abram.
Jeff loves that his work makes people smile. He seems to value the emotional connection with his work much more than the financial one. Perhaps all true artists have a similar sentiment. He strives to continue the positive feelings long after a customer brings home the piece of art.
Eventually you'll have to change the battery on it, so when you do take it off the wall, you will get just a little something to make you smile, and it's just a little version of the artist.